Hey guys, welcome back to Read With Me, LG. I'm here with another, you guessed it, Berenstain Bears. Trick or Treat. And this is by Stan and Jan Berenstain. If you've been on this channel at all at this point, you probably have seen a Berenstain Bear book or two. I always enjoy these, and you guys seem to enjoy them too. So we're back with another festive one. So we're going to jump right in to Trick or Treat. Look at the cute pumpkin. That's a nice title page. I like that one. That's very cute. The sights and sounds of autumn were all around as Mama Bear pushed her shopping cart along the path that led to the Bear family's treehouse. The trees and shrubs were ablaze with color. Farmer Ben's pumpkins stood bright orange in the October sun. The crows cawed noisily, caw-caw, caw-caw, as they searched the stubble for bits of corn. Wild geese in great V formations honked high in the sky as they flew south. So there's a lot to see here. So we're going to look for the crows, the geese, and the pumpkins. So there's Mama with her shopping cart. Do you see the crows? Crows are black birds, and they usually fly low. So these would be the crows. These are the geese in the V formations. And there's a bunch of them, but if you just glance, they kind of look like airplanes. But there's so many, they have to be geese. And there are the pumpkins, okay? But the surest sign of the season was inside the treehouse, hiding behind Papa Bear's easy chair. It was Brother Bear, waiting to try out his Halloween costume on Mama. It wasn't Halloween yet, but Brother and Sister couldn't wait to try on their new costumes. Sister was going to be a beautiful ballerina. Well, what do you think? She asked, taking the third position. Shh, said Brother. Mama's coming. Brother had chosen to be a spooky monster for Halloween. He had bought the spookiest monster mask he could find, and Mama made him the rest of the costume. There is Brother Bear and Sister Bear. Boo! He shouted as Mama came in with the groceries. Help! A monster! She cried, pretending to be frightened. It's only me, Mama, he said, showing his face. So it is, said Mama. Well, that just goes to show that appearances can be deceiving. Appearances can be deceiving? What's that mean? Asked Sister. It's just a grown-up way of saying that things aren't always what they look like, explained Mama as she unpacked the groceries. Look, goodies, said Brother. Hands off, please, said Mama. Those are for trick-or-treaters who come to our house tomorrow night. Brother and Sister were very excited about Halloween and a little nervous, too. This was the first year they would be going trick-or-treating without a grown-up along to supervise. I'm not so sure I like the idea of them going by themselves, said Papa, as he carved the pumpkin he got from Farmer Ben. It's pretty spooky out there, he added, making a scary face at the cubs. Now, Papa, said Mama, if Brother and Sister want to accept the challenge of going out on their own, I think we should encourage them. But remember, she continued, turning to the cubs, there will be strict rules. You'll stay in your own neighborhood, and you won't eat any of the treats until you're back home. Besides, said Brother, we won't really be out by ourselves. We made a trick-or-treat date with Cousin Freddie, Lizzie Brune, and Queenie McBear. So they have a group going. There, said Papa, putting the finishing touches on his jack-o'-lantern. Then he lit a candle inside it and turned out all the lights. It was pretty scary. It's a nice jack-o'-lantern. The next day, Brother and Sister began planning the trick-or-treat route they'd follow that night. Brother got a pencil and paper and made a map of the neighborhood. That way, he explained, they wouldn't miss anybody. Let's see now, he said. We'll stop at our houses first. Ours, Freddie's, Lizzie's, Queenie's. Then we'll do Farmer Ben's and our sitter's, Mrs. Grizzly. Mrs. Grizzly, for sure, agreed Sister. She usually makes special Halloween cookies. And Teacher Jane, she gives out good stuff. How about Dr. Grizzly? Asked Brother. She's into healthy snacks. I think so, just to be polite, said Sis. Gramps and Graham, of course. Of course. So they're making out their map of how to conquer all of the houses they want to go to on Halloween night. I'll tell you one place we are going to miss, said Brother, following his map. What place is that? Asked Sister. That one, he answered, pointing out the window at the home of old Ms. McGrizz. It was a spooky, twisted old treehouse in a thicket at the end of Crooked Lane. We're definitely not going there, he added with a shiver. Why ever not? Asked Mama, who was listening. Why not? Said the cubs. Because she's a witch. That's why not. So there's the spooky house they can see from their window. What utter nonsense, protested Mama. True, Miss McGrizz is old and bent and rather forbidding looking, but I can assure you she's a perfectly nice person. But the cubs didn't believe her. Not for a minute. They knew better. Everybody knew better. No doubt about it, Miss McGrizz was a witch. For sure. Just after dark, a pirate, a skeleton, and the wicked queen from Snow White came for Brother and Sister. They were Freddie, Lizzie, and Queenie, of course, and together they ventured out into the darkness with their trick-or-treat bags. So here are their friends coming to get them, and here's the group going out trick-or-treat. They have cool costumes, huh? Before they could get started collecting Halloween goodies, they were joined by some worrisome company. Too Tall Grizzly and his gang out for mischief. Too Tall didn't waste any time trying to get Brother, Sister, and their friends to go along with him and his gang. Come on, we'll show you goodies, how to have some real Halloween fun, he said, pulling Brother along with him. What sort of fun? Asked Brother warily. Oh, you might say we're going to put the trick back in trick or treat, he said, chuckling. It was dark. It was so dark that Brother and the others didn't notice where they were heading. Hey, said Sister, this is Crooked Lane. So the older bears were trying to take them somewhere bad. That's right, said Too Tall. We're going to play a few tricks on old Witch McGrizz. Well, what sort of tricks? Asked Brother. Her gnarled, twisted old treehouse loomed ahead. First, whispered Too Tall, taking a roll of toilet paper from his jacket, we'll decorate her house with a little of this. Then maybe we'll tie a few knots in her clothesline. Then smear some honey on her broomstick so she'll stick to it when it's time to fly. So there they are. Up to no good. Does that sound very nice? No, they're not being very nice. But before Too Tall and his gang could start the mischief, the front door opened and a bright yellow light stabbed the darkness. And there, in the doorway, stood the frightening figure of old Ms. McGrizz. Aha, she said in a gravelly voice. I'm ready for you. Do they look scared? Yeah, they're scared. She led the terrified cubs into a cozy living room. To their great surprise, there was a big tray of beautiful candy apples, all prepared for Halloween visitors. Mama was right, whispered Sister to Brother. Ms. McGrizz really is a sweet, kind old person. The cubs thanked her for the beautiful apples and went about the rest of their trick-or-treat business. So all the cubs learned that actually, she's just a sweet little old lady. Not a witch. Later that evening, Brother and Sister Bear were at home looking over all the treats they had collected. The beautiful candy apples stood out, and Papa asked where they came from. From Miss McGriz, answered Brother. From the scary looking old grouch puss that lives down Crooked Lane? Said Papa. That's right, said Brother, taking a delicious bite of his candy apple. So Papa also was surprised. You must really try to remember, Papa, said Sister, giving her apple a lick. Appearances can be quite deceiving. So that was Trick or Treat by the Berenstain Bears. Love that story, and it's a fun reminder that you shouldn't judge people just based on what they look like or where they live, right? I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Read With Me, LG.